So, this is my humble abode. I been working on my little compound for quite a few years now. We bought this piece of land in 2020, and there was a burnt down mobile home here, and it was right all along here. This is where the mobile home was. Some locals that were living up the end of the road, the dog musher lady, told us she didn't like her dogs coming over here because there was, broken glass and sheet metal and stuff, and it was pretty bad looking. And it still looks kind of like a junkyard because I'm still building in the process. But I dug holes and chopped that thing into pieces, and I put it down below the driveway. It wasn't much, but just material. Wasn't anything really hazardous in there. Just what was left from the frame and sheet metal and glass. The glass drives me nuts. I'm still picking up glass. But this right here, this driveway, is the most solid driveway out of all my property. Like, it turned out fantastic. And so I've been striving to do the same. I'm building a giant circle driveway, and the other side is really muddy. It just didn't turn out as good. I built that other side last summer. So I built my cabin. I finally got solar up there. It still doesn't do much on a cloudy day, but it's better than running the generator all day. What you hear right now is my wife with the log splitter. I chopped down that one big tree that was right there, and I got a couple more to take down. And I'm gonna put my driveway on the other side of my fence, or my garage on the other side of the fence right there. So I'm doing land work. Hey, Nova 9. My doggies over there. They're Nova 9. Come here. Come on. Yeah, I try to keep my dogs on my property. There's a lot of my dogs don't leave my sight. There's a lot of people that let their dogs roam around here, and they end up killing the neighbor's chickens, and it's the last thing I'd want. My dogs are pretty good about staying on my 2 acres. I only got 2 acres here, but I got a neighbor right there. I'm kind of disappointed. I actually didn't know I could have bought that property when it was up for auction. I ain't the brightest soul, I'll tell you that. But so all this material we got right here. This is kind of my hills that I've been bulldozing up. But if you look, this is all mud right here, right? So the top of everything around here is about 2 feet of mud, maybe sometimes more. But right below that mud is sand and gravel. So you got some good boulders in there. When I had my well drilled, they went down 67 feet and they found a boulder they couldn't drill through. So that's about how it goes. And if you get a well drilled, you're paying for them to drill it, even if they don't find water. So at least with mine, they found water. I got about 20 feet of stagnant water in the well pipe, and get about 5 gallons per minute out of it, which is not a lot, but it's enough to flush a toilet. So I got this little Ford backhoe. I've been slowly using this guy to build, and so this is where my garage is gonna go. I'm gonna take that Connex, and I gotta get rid of all this crap right here, and I'm gonna drag that Connex and put it like right over there. I'm gonna gravel pad this whole area, and then I'm gonna put a pole barn, like poles up right here, and I'm gonna build a roof. So my cousin, bless his soul, called me a couple weeks ago, and he was like, hey, how long's your trailer? And I was like, 30 feet. And so he goes, hey, tomorrow, he says at noon, he said, meet me at my work. I got a bunch of boxes I got to get rid of. And I'm like, all right, heck yeah, I'll take free building material all day. So I show up with my trailer and sawzalls, lots of sawzall blades, and these boxes were 70 feet long. And so we cut them in half and he loaded them onto my trailer with a forklift. It took me 2 runs to get them up here. I'm up in the Willow Talkeeton area, but back behind Sheep Creek Lodge. And so he hooked me up with all these, and I stacked them up in my driveway. That's why having something with hydraulics, a little loader or something, is great to have. But all these had floor trusses in them, and I think I'm kind of paycheck to paycheck myself, so I don't got a lot of money, like, ever. So, and I'm raising teenagers, so I take what I can get. And if I get some scrap wood or something like this, oh my gosh, that is just gold. That's right there is 3/4 plywood too. So, and these walls, the side walls, it's like 1/4 inch or something, I don't know, little stuff. But I figure I'll chop these lengthwise. There's trusses in the bottom of these too. Those, they're not trusses, but those, whatever those beams are called. And so, yeah, I chopped them in half. It looks like they had plywood sandwiched on the outside of them, but I think I can build something with this. I want a garage. It gets up to 40 below out here in this area. So in the wintertime, when your plow truck breaks down, something breaks out here, it is just miserable to work on anything without a garage. So, and my buddy Sam, who's next door, he built a garage right off the bat. He's working on a cabin now too, but yeah, there's our first outhouse. When we were building, I didn't care about enclosing or nothing. I just needed a hole in the ground because we had nothing out here. This was all just wood. You can see the mud. I think one of my next things is gate too. I put those 2 poles up, and yeah, it's really muddy over there. But I got some scissor lift handrails I picked up for free. And I'm gonna build a gate out of that too. So that's another chapter of my story. But yeah, this driveway right here on this side, it's actually not too bad of a driveway. I built all this with that Ford backhoe, digging holes, pulled out my gravel, buried the tree stumps in mud, pushed some of it up over here. But you can get a lot of stuff done with the backhoe. It's slow, but you don't have to pay for gravel in this area. You can pull it out of your land. You can absolutely pull it out of your land. See, the dogs love it out here. They just roam freely. But I got some firewood to do. My wife got me a whole bunch of firewood. She's splitting right now. And I think my next deal is I'm going to pull that tree stump with my backhoe and start shoving this mud. I'm going to start stacking my wall up, make a wall so I don't have to look at the neighbors, you know. So when they're out here, they're not out here very often. But yeah, this is my little compound. Slowly, one build at a time. Happy summer, everybody.